catfish.
Enough with the niceties, Plankton!
Or any shark known to eat people. I was intrigued. I watched videos, read articles, but my curiosity still wasn't quenched. I needed to find some real live piranhas and put the myth to the test. What myth, you say? That they are man-eaters, of course. Not only that, you fall into a pool with a group of them. You're toast in a couple of minutes. True or false? Just wait till you see where I ended up, going to meet my first live piranhas. So anyway, I contacted a mate who worked for a large aquarium and asked him if he heard of anyone keeping piranhas. He didn't off the top of his head, but he'd keep his ears open for me. As my luck would have it, or more unluck in this situation, I got a call from a guy about a week later asking me if I wanted to come and meet his piranhas. He'd heard I was writing an article and making a video on the subject of his favorite fish, and he was ecstatic to help me in any way he could. I grabbed the address and made my way straight over to his place. It was about an hour from my place, and it was a little late in the afternoon when I began my trip, but strangely by the time I reached his place, Mr. Unger was his name. The day had suddenly taken a turn for the worse. Sun in the sky at home, clouds so dark and ominous, I thought they were going to touch my car. Suddenly, lightning started hurling great bolts down to the road, just ahead of where the car was driving. The wind started hurling, rain started pelting down, and I wondered if I should turn back. The Ungers read the sign out front of the long driveway, with the tallest of tall trees and the huge old gray house which stood so tall, it looked like it nearly reached the sky. I pulled up out front of the front door, and a man with an umbrella appeared at my driver's door, as if by magic. "This way," he said in the deepest voice I think I'd ever heard. The house was dark, and cobwebs could be seen with every flash of lightning. You know those houses that look like people are looking at you through the eyes of the portraits hanging on the wall? This house was exactly like that. It reminded me of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. Suddenly, I had a cold shiver go down my spine. I jumped when the voice of a strange-looking old bloke startled me from my ghoulish thoughts. "Oh, come on, boy," he said. "Through here quickly, my babies haven't eaten for a few days. We've been waiting for your arrival to feed them." "But you only heard of me coming a couple of hours ago," I said to him, my thoughts racing wildly about why he had to wait to feed them. Pulling myself together, I asked him what he feeds his piranhas. "Oh, dogs and cats, dear bears." "What?" I asked. "Oh, just kidding," he said. "Usually they eat the mice and rats the old cat used to catch, but he hasn't been around for a while, so we've been running out of food quite often. I have to send old Henry out fishing for alligator gar for them, or alligator, they don't care. They don't ever have time to taste their food." I was creeped out. I'd seen all I needed to see. This old man was carrying a huge carving knife and his butler was walking behind us carrying a rifle. I'd seen and heard enough. I wanted out of that joint, and I was just about to turn and run for the door when he flung open the door to a huge atrium, and I could see the gigantic tank and the little silver fishies swimming about. I had to go and take a look. They were smaller than I thought they would be. He had about 40 of them in the tank. They were all swarming together waiting for their dinner. "So, Mr. Unger, are the piranhas as fierce as their reputation?" I asked as I set up my camera on its tripod. The idea of them readily attacking and eating humans is largely a myth. While piranhas are indeed carnivorous fish with sharp teeth and powerful jaws, they primarily feed on smaller fish, insects, and carrion. Attacks on humans are rare and usually occur when piranhas feel threatened or are in a stressed situation, like low water levels or when they are defending their nests. Just then, the butler burst in the door carrying a big bag of piranha food, Mr. Unger interrupting my thoughts. "Want to feed them?" he asked me. "Sure," I said, not sure if he could hear me. Just then, the old butler, soaking wet from the rain, seemed to slip and went sliding along the floor and up and into the piranha tank head first. His feet couldn't touch the ground because he was too high and tightly stuck in the tank to leverage himself out. He started kicking his feet and splashing with, I'm not really sure. "Oh dear, Unger." I raced towards him, lifting him, trying to pull him out of the tank, but he seemed to be stuck. The fish must have been upset that their water level had gone so far down, and he must have been upsetting their nests because when we got the old guy out, he had piranha bites all over his face and ears and bite marks all over him. "Well," I said, "I think I've seen enough." I packed up my stuff and hightailed it out of there. It was still raining when I got home and answered the phone to my mate, who had lined up old Mr. Unger and the piranhas for me. So how did it go, he asked. I was too tired to tell him the story. It really didn't even solve the myth for me about piranhas eating people. I just told him it was fine. Watch for video. So would piranhas eat a person? You bet. Leave them in a tank with them long enough and they are sure to be eaten. Please like and subscribe and watch out for our next video tomorrow.